A very good morning to you wherever you're watching us from. Welcome to Sporty Monday. I am Mukami Wambora. Now today, first off, let me just start by telling every woman out there very happy International Women's Day. Today we have a very special show for you. It is an all-sports female panel. Woo-hoo! So I want to introduce each one of them individually. So we're going to start off with, if you know sports, if you're a sports fan in Kenya, there's no way you don't know this woman. Her name is Carol Radul, and I have to tell people she's actually the one who trained me at the first when I started off from, like when I was moving from the legal department at a bank. She's the one who took over and worked with her for a year. It's so great to have you here.
You're such a natural, my darling. Thank you. You forgot to say I'm your auntie.
Yes. No, they'll think it's nepotism. They'll think that's how I got the job. But it's so great to have you here.
No. Pure talent.
Yes, and she is a long-suffering Arsenal fan. In fact, today she's not even won the jersey. She's wearing Soccer Sisters.
Kenyan football.
Yes, next up, we have a sports journalist veteran as well. I think you're one of the ladies who set the scene for all of us who are coming up. Lynne Washira. She's now with BBC. So proud of you, so happy to see what you're doing. And of course, athletics. Anytime I need help, she's the one who I call. She helps me get the numbers. I love it. And finally, I think you guys will recognize our final guest. She's always on Skype with us, a hardcore Manchester United fan. CJ, karibu sana.
Asante sana.
Yeah, I remember you actually had predicted when Manchester United were at the top of the table that there's no way to last.
No way.
But at least you can now take up from Raburu's noise making. Today you can pick us
oh yes, we need protection.
Boo. Are we allowed to boo?
Yes, but before we get into all of that sports, we have to be represented at least a man. You know, we can't forget all of the guys we do the shows with on Sporty Monday. So we actually have Collins Shitera, who is at the KCB Ruaraka Sports Club. Shitera. Steve, tuambie.
Hi, Mukami.
Hi. How are you doing?
Tuko sawa, we are good. I think.
Yes, so yeah. I know you're there at the KCB Ruaraka Sports Club. You're with the KCB volleyball team, women's team, because it's all about women's today. Tell us what's happening there.
I will start by saying happy International Women's Day. I think for the many days that we have to celebrate women, I think we have so many days. This is just one of them. And I want to wish all the powerful women out there a happy day to them. And we are indeed at the Ruaraka Sports Club, and these are just some of the women that we are celebrating today, and I will introduce them to you because apart from the KCB volleyball team, we also have in here the coach of the national volleyball team, Malkia Strikers, who have indeed qualified for the Olympic Games in Tokyo, Japan. Indeed, what a way to celebrate women. They have done us proud. Apart from the rugby team, I think, and the athletics team, we will be represented by Malkia Strikers. And I will introduce to you Coach Paul Bitok and the KCB volleyball women's team who are leading the chat at this moment. Maybe to Sporty Monday, mnaweza wasalimia. How are you guys?
We are fine.
They are fine, they say. But let's start off with the national team. Malkia striker, Coach Paul Bitok, please tell us indeed how you've been preparing. The COVID-19 pandemic really pulled us back from the 2020 Olympics, but it was slated for July 2021. How has been the preparation so far, and are you optimistic and hopeful that we will really have these games in July?
Yes, we have been preparing very well, though we had a big challenge, especially last year, whereby we couldn't train at all. But this year, we thank God that it has allowed us to start our training and also our competition. And I am sure that we are in the right track, and we are planning to have more than 6 months training, which we already started through the clubs, and then we have another international competition which is coming up, Africa Club Championship. This morning, President of Kenya Volleyball Federation confirmed to me that we will be sponsored for 3 weeks in Europe and also 3 weeks in Japan before the competition. So we are in the right track.
We are in the right track. What a good news from the coach here. Our very powerful women really preparing for the Olympics. Probably maybe, do we have some special treatment or special preparations for the Olympics, because the COVID-19 protocols, have they affected us, and what are some of the restrictions that we will have in Japan?
Yes, we have too much restrictions, especially for the Olympics this year. We were given some instructions which we have to follow. We were supposed to start the training 2 weeks ago, but we couldn't go, all of us, because there's athletics, rugby, volleyball. So they started with athletics and Paralympics. Already they are in Kasarani, and volleyball and rugby will be going in the next 15 days, whereby we will be training for 2 weeks before going for full-time training. In Japan, they have sent us also a booklet which is showing what we will be following there, and it's really, really strict. We will be given a mobile smartphone whereby they will be looking our movement, and if you are found out of the camp or out of the competition place, you will be sent back home if you fail to follow the instruction. And then also they will be tested after every 4 days during the competition. So it's going to be very tough, but we are ready for it. It's our year. We have been looking forward to be in Olympics for the last 16 years, and I believe that this is the right time for us. We will face all those challenges, but we have to participate.
Facing the challenges, what would Kenyans expect from our Malkia strikers?
Yes, internationally we have not done very good, but if you can see the generation that we have, the team is good. As you saw the results for the last 1 year, we want to win some matches and, if possible, to go for semi-finals, if possible.
Of course, we pray for them to reach the semi-finals. Even as we celebrate them on this day, we hope that that is very much possible. We talked to the captain of the national team. Yes. Yeah, captain of the national team. Now, Coach Paul Bitok has alluded to the fact that you are really looking at making it to the semi-finals at the Olympics. Now, you are the players, you are the captain. Even as we celebrate this day, Happy International Women's Day, what message do you have for Kenyans out there, powerful women as you? What have you prepared for them in the Olympics?
I think...
We start by your names, please.
My name is Moim, the captain, Malkia Strikers. On behalf of Malkia Strikers, I think the team is ready for the task ahead, because we have been preparing since we qualified, but Corona, the COVID-19 came between, but we thank God everybody's well, and we are not going to participate, we are going to bring a medal at home.
A medal at home, at least we add a medal onto the athletics medal. So I think we are going places with the Malkia Strikers. KCB club, women's club in the volleyball, I think you're leading in your championship. What has been the secret behind it? Because prisons have dominated it for some time. What has really helped you to dislodge them at the top?
Okay, my name is Noel Marambi, the team captain, KCB. What I'll say that has really helped us is we've been working hard in our training. We've been training hard, following what coaches have been teaching us, following the system that we've been taught to use. So I think that has really helped us so much to make sure that we train and win well. And what is our main objective this year is that we top the league and take the playoffs.
The club championship really went to Egypt, probably after winning it nationally. It's an international approach. Really, are we up to the task?
Okay, for now I'll say we are up to the task because northern part of Africa, they're always good, but also we are training good. And I think that this year we are ready for that task. We are going to win, not to compete. Yes.
I think you're also a player in the national team. Please tell us about your preparation. How were they hampered last year? And do we see a situation where your training schedules have been interrupted by the pandemic, or your morale has been interrupted by the same? How are you going to recover from that so as to bring pride to Kenya?
Okay, first I'll say that the pandemic has really affected us. For example, players, we normally have also schedules. For like 2020, we also have our plans of the year. Maybe you finish the championship, you look up to other things, but it has really messed us up. But we can't say that it's lost. We still have time, we are going to recover, and when we go there, we are going to do our best.
This is your day as women, probably your message to women and even men out there.
Okay, what I will say to all women is a happy International Women's Day, and we really celebrate all women out there who are working hard to make sure that they have something on their table, to make sure that they provide for their family. I'll say happy International Women's Day to them.
We cannot leave out the coach, KCB, who has really done so well to ensure that the club tops their championship league. Coach, you'll start by your names and tell us, what is your message to women this day?
My names are Jafet Bilali Munala. It's just a congratulations for their day as they celebrate their International Day. And they keep on what they do best, to provide for the family and the peace of the family.
Probably you're coaching a women's club. How is it?
Okay, coaching a women's club is not very difficult, but it has its challenges. But because we are men and we have women in our houses, so we know how to go about them as we coach them. Yeah.
And they keep on bragging that behind every successful man, there is a woman. And what has been the secret behind these women that now they are leading, and behind them, I think, is a man?
The good thing with the women, they understand very fast. They know what you want them to do, and that's why they have made a success as coaches. So I'll appreciate them because it's easier working with the women than working with the men.
I think that's a good note from from the coach. The women are doing a good job out there, and before I take it back to Mukami, I would like to ask if there is any woman here who supports a team in the EPL. In fact, the Women Premier League, Chelsea is leading because it beat West Brom Albion yesterday. Manchester City women beat Arsenal women yesterday. So that really shows that indeed our women are doing a good job, not only in Kenya, but nationally. Let me try and get, Mkami, let me try and get a woman who supports a team in the EPL. Which one? Oh, this one. These two. So we start with you. Your names and which team you support, and are you hopeful that your team is doing well?
I'm Jeruta Lindsay. Unfortunately, I don't support any Premier League team, women. I'm a Liverpool supporter.
A Liverpool supporter, and indeed Liverpool is not doing so well, unlike last season.
We lost yesterday.
You lost yesterday. What is happening to your team?
I think the first thing is all about injuries. We have a lot of injuries, especially the defense injuries. That's the thing that's costing us right now.
Do you think after losing 6 games in a row at Anfield, something that was next to impossible, do you feel the coach is doing a good job, or we really need to fire the coach?
No, we can't fire the coach right now, to me, because we won last time, and we hope next season. For this season, we have nothing to do now. We are planning for next season.
You have really given up. Mukami, these are Liverpool fans, but I'm happy at least you are consoled by your club that you're leading, so you have a plus there. Your names, please, and tell us the team that you support. Are you happy?
I'm Sharon Chepchumba. I support Manchester United. Yeah, and I'm very happy for them. They are doing well.
They are doing well, but they topped the league at some point, and they have slid back.
It's just some few mistakes, and I'm very sure they are going to correct.
They are going to correct, and indeed, even as we wish our women happy day to them, Mukami, I think that is all we had here at the KCB Sports Club. I will take you back and the panel back in studio so that you can take it over to other discussions, Mukami.
Thank you so much, Shitera. That was amazing. It's so good to see all of the ladies there who are doing well, even the ones who are Liverpool fans. Poleni sana, as Shitera said, KCB are leading in the league. And just moving back in studio, Carol, when that was being said, you were like, for now. For now.
I said for now, simply because we know that the clubs, the women's volleyball clubs that actually rule, in quotes, the league here is Prisons and Pipeline. But KCB has made an amazing investment. As you can see, they poached Mercy Moim. They've invested in the technical bench, in the coaching staff. And of course, that is reflecting. And I just want to applaud KCB for investing in women's volleyball. Yeah.
And
that's
also,
what happens when you invest in it.
Yeah, did you know the strength and conditioning coach is actually the Kenya Lionesses captain?
You know, she's actually, she's actually sent me a WhatsApp. She's like, you guys are here live at my club with the KCB volleyball team. I'm the strength and conditioning coach.
She is.
So
and
shout out to Philadelphia.
I find that so interesting, especially because Mercy Moim is the captain for, Kenya Lionesses, heading to the Olympics.
For Malkia Strikers.
Malkia Strikers, sorry. And then Fila, captain for the Kenya Lionesses.
Who are also heading to the Olympics.
Who are also heading to the Olympics.
So she'll be coaching them
when it comes to the club, like she is a coach, so like she coaches the captain of the Malkia Strikers heading to the, like it's so interesting.
It's crazy.
But it's a wake-up call for Pipeline and Prisons, eh? You've been comfortably winning the volleyball league for the longest time, and if you're not going to invest, you're going to be overtaken by the likes of KCB.
And just on the Malkia Strikers very quickly, how do you guys see them doing in the Olympics? Do they have a chance, or just getting into the Olympics for us was a prize?
Obviously, getting to the Olympics, after 16 years, it's definitely something. It's something to celebrate. Like, not everybody qualifies for the Olympics. But what do I expect from the Malkia Strikers? I don't know. I would say probably win a game.
It depends on the preparation plan. Yeah. It's good that they've got, I think it's charity sweepstakes who have come up and decided that, come up to support the Olympic team as a whole and volleyball specifically. But what has been the problem for Malkia Strikers in the past has been preparation. They never get international friendlies. There's a time they were actually training with the men's club teams for an international meet. So unless they get to do friendlies with the likes of the Cubas and the Eastern European clubs and other big countries, unfortunately, unfortunately, we're just going to go to make up the numbers. But we definitely have talent. That's where we need to put more investment.
Yeah. And I hope we can go back to the momentum that we had last year. I know the National Olympic Committee of Kenya had last year, before before COVID, organized for a camp and some friendlies in Japan and some Eastern European countries. Obviously, that didn't happen. I just hope that they're going to revive that conversation because of obviously preparations.
I've heard, I think it was Bitok who mentioned that they're going to camp in Japan for 3 weeks, and we have some international friendlies. So fingers crossed.
Yeah. And will it be a chance for some of the Malkia strikers also to market themselves and see if they can be picked up by some of the international clubs?
Absolutely, absolutely. And we see the likes of I think it's Washu. Who was playing internationally when Mercy Moim has gone out and come back.
Wanja
so
well,
Wanja, use the opportunity to market yourself as you gain that experience and bring it back when you're playing for the national team.
Exactly. Now let's move on to matters football. CJ, African Cup of Nations, Harambee Stars have now gone into camp. Gosmle has called his local players. How do you see, do they have a chance this time at all to even qualify for the AFCON qualifiers?
Well, Mukami, I must say that it's almost like expecting to get water out of a stone. Because for them to qualify, they need to beat Togo and which other team? Egypt. And that, with all honesty, I don't think. But fingers crossed, like, you know, let's just say that miracles do happen like it happened yesterday. So,
no, I'm glad you know that was a miracle.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I would agree. I mean, yeah, miracles are definitely do happen, but I don't see it happening because it means like in our next match we need to beat Egypt. I think we lost it when we didn't capitalize on, you know, on our 2 matches against Comoros. We should have won here and, you know, probably like at the worst, like
drawn away,
yeah? But now we are in this situation. It's very tricky. Personally, in the group, I've moved on from hoping Harambee Stars qualify to actually looking at Comoros getting their first ever Africa Cup of Nations qualification. I think I love debutants' stories. They're usually very amazing, and honestly, that's what I'm focusing on the group. I think for Comoros, imagine they just need 2 draws. They just need 2 draws.
No, but I understand where she's coming
Sorry,
from.
I don't care about Comoros.
It's easier for them to qualify. It's easier for them to qualify because they just need 2 draws in the next matches. If they actually win the next match,
they're through. And you
they
think
don't
of
have to depend.
Madagascar.
Yeah, they don't have to depend on anybody losing. So we win and then hope Comoros gets to lose or something. I mean, like.
Yeah, and we think of Madagascar last African Cup of Nations, and they were one of those like stars
they won everyone's
of the
heart.
tournament. Yeah, and everyone loved them. And since Kenya aren't doing well, I'm seeing that some of the friendly matches that Harambee Stars will be playing South Sudan and Tanzania, are those strong enough competition for them to face before they go and meet?
They shouldn't be, but they are. They are because the quality of our national team has gone down over the last like 10, 15 years. So Tanzania, I was there in the stadium. I'm not just being Django. I was there in the stadium when we beat Tanzania at AFCON in Egypt.
Me too.
Tanzania are not a walk in the park. Tanzania have been developing heavily in their football. When it comes to league, we're losing so many good players to Tanzania. So they're working hard behind the scenes to develop their game. So unfortunately, whereas Tanzania should not even be in the same sentence as Kenya when it comes to football, it is. You know, we need to step up. As Lynne said, we lost it when we lost to Comoros. We shouldn't have lost to Comoros. Mathematically, we can still qualify for AFCON. Let's not put our head in the clouds. We're not going to. We can get 6 points and go to 9, but right now we have both Comoros, I think, and Egypt on 8 points. So it's a tall order.
And Mukami,
but what I'm hoping, while she wants to see Comoros, I'm just hoping I see development in Harambee Stars. Let Harambee Stars use these friendlies, use the Egypt game, use the Togo game away, to develop a squad that will then take us into the future.
And the South Sudan game as well. I mean, of course, South Sudan is a new team. We really can't rate them and say, you know, like they're amazing, they're solid and all. But remember, nobody expected them to stop Uganda Cranes from an early AFCON qualification. That 1-0 unexpected win in Nairobi. You know, South Sudan is another team that I'm hoping and looking forward to hopefully a miracle happening and them qualifying for the Africa Cup of Nations.
And CJ, Mo Salah will be coming to Kenya. Liverpool aren't doing well. Will that work in our favor or will it work against us because he might come and remove all his hasira on Kenya?
Well, Mo Salah is a really good player, and like you say, maybe he might come and remove all his hasira, following the fact that they are really frustrated in the Premier League. But you know, for a team to do well, it calls for collective responsibility. So you cannot say that Mo Salah is coming to remove his hasira. He needs that team support. And like we know, Mo Salah is one person who is really selfish. The other day I was watching and Mane was badly tackled and people said he did not go down because he knew Salah will take it. So really we cannot say that he's a threat. He's a really good player. But then without the rest of the team, no.
Okay, let's move on to